Welcome back to Planet Earth, and thanks for flying SpaceX.
SpaceX's manned Crew Dragon capsule has safely returned to Earth.
This has been quite an odyssey the last 5 years since Bob and I started working on this program. And to be where we are now, the first crewed flight of Dragon, is just unbelievable.
NASA astronauts Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken spent 2 months at the International Space Station. Their homecoming marks the first splashdown by a U.S. space crew in 45 years, and the first time a private company has carried people into orbit. It's a milestone for billionaire Elon Musk's space exploration firm SpaceX, which was founded in 2002 with the end goal of colonizing Mars.
This is something that the whole world can take some pleasure in and can really look at this as an achievement of humanity.
Musk's Tesla car manufacturing outfit has also seen astronomical success this year. It recently reported its 4th straight quarter of profit, with a subsequent share rally turning it into the world's most valuable automaker. In the commercial space race, SpaceX has shot past its main rival Boeing. 6 years ago, NASA awarded the firms $8 billion each to develop capsules that would carry humans into space. It's part of a plan to commercialize space travel, under which the space agency buys seats for their astronauts aboard private spacecraft, thus allowing the companies to absorb most of the costs.
We are entering a new era of human spaceflight where NASA is no longer the purchaser, owner, and operator of all the hardware. We are going to be a customer, one customer of many customers in a very robust commercial marketplace for human spaceflight to low Earth orbit.
SpaceX recently launched a new funding bid, which, if successful, will value the company at $44 billion. Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic and Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin have also invested billions of dollars into space tourism. Analysts estimate the sector will be worth more than $3 billion annually by 2030. And SpaceX has just taken pole position. It's already planning another crew launch next month and possible tourist flights as early as next year. Sibel Karkus, TRT World.
Well, for more on this new space race, let's speak to William A. Gibson, who's a professor of economics at the University of Vermont, who specialises in the space industry. Welcome back to the program, Professor. Now, Elon Musk himself said he doubted that he would ever see this day where he would not only successfully launch astronauts into space, but bring them safely back to Earth. What are the commercial implications of this?
Well, we have a market for space tourism, which was already mentioned. I think that's a really important thing because, yes, you can use space travel to position satellites for GPS, but getting humans into space is the next big thing. That's what we have to do. I don't think we're quite there yet. If you look at the screen right now and see those parachutes, and then you look at the history of space travel and see how many times those parachutes have failed, starting with Vladimir Komarov in 1967, and then many, many, many other times. Not that they can't be safe, it's just the deployment is often fraught with problems. Until that problem is resolved, we're going to have some issues. You can land on the water, you can land on Earth, you can land on a runway like the space shuttle did, or you can do propulsive landing. Now, NASA prevented SpaceX from developing or actually testing the propulsive landing sufficiently to bring back these 2 astronauts. But ultimately, if you think about paying customers, they're not going to want to ride home in a parachute, in a spacecraft suspended by some bed sheets. I just don't think it's going to happen. Some solution to the problem of re-entry and landing has got to be found that does not involve water or even landing, as Lopez Alegria, one of the former NASA astronauts, described as a car crash, essentially as a car crash.
Now, we heard the NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine really quite excited at the prospect of being a customer of SpaceX rather than launching shuttles themselves. I mean, why is it that NASA is very keen to contract this work out to companies like SpaceX? Is there a significant cost saving there?
there is a significant cost saving. And we're not talking about a few percent. We're talking about an order of magnitude. That's number one. But as an economics professor, of course, we always stress the fact that it's only really open markets, free and open markets, that can determine the value of commodities sold in those markets. That is, only the private sector knows what is worth doing in space. NASA has some good ideas. There's certainly public goods, scientific research, and so forth. But when it comes to paying customers, markets are absolutely essential in guiding the space exploration effort from now on. And this is, of course, what has happened in all other successful industries, including aviation, with the beginning of the Kelly Airmail Act, in which the United States government decided it was going to put mail on aircraft to convince the public that it was a safe, efficient, and really the way of travel that was going to be the future. So I think that's what's going on right now. We're in this transitionary phase. All problems have not been solved, as we were just talking about, but I think this is a great achievement on the part of SpaceX. We're looking forward to the same thing happening with Boeing. We can't have any accidents in this period. That's the main thing.
No, that's right. Okay, Professor William A. Gibson from the University of Vermont, thank you again for joining us on the program.